Hi guys, it's Neodyinamite and welcome to Astroneer. Welcome back guys. Now, the thing is, if you have been playing Astroneer from the very first days of the Early Access version, you know that most of the useful resources you can find underground. Some of them will spawn on the surface. However, since now the game is now officially released on Steam, there are a few changes. For example, copper. Copper is one of the first resources that you will need in order to expand your base. However, apparently the developers have decided to change a little bit how copper is now spawning within the game. Normally you have to go underground, like in the Early Access versions, at least that's the thing I remembered. Now in the full version, that thing have changed. I've spent more or less like a half an hour searching the underground in order to find copper, and I didn't find any. I think I found aluminium. I think I found like some shiny blue crystals, which I forgot the name of the resource, but still no copper. On the surface you can find, if I remember correctly, resin and components, but that's not the thing. Apparently copper now is spawning in a completely different place, and you're probably wondering why I'm walking towards the mountains. I think you should already know where you're gonna find copper. Now, just so you know, in Astroneer there's this thing that each resource has a different way of spawning on different planets, right? So for example, copper could be harder to find on this planet, but maybe on the next planet that you're gonna travel is gonna be easier to find. So keep that thing in mind, that not all resources spawn exactly like the same way. They may be spawning in the same similar locations, but it could be a possibility that on a different planet the copper would be more common. So the thing is, if you actually need copper on the starting planet, this is the only one so far I have found. So basically you kind of need to find some mountains, and if I'm gonna be lucky, I see already copper from here. So okay, I have the cables, so allow me to show you exactly where this thing is. I'm gonna just dash forward more or less like this, and I'm gonna show you where you're gonna find copper, or at least what to look if you're gonna try to search for copper. And this is gonna be a surprise for you, because, well, yeah, I don't think a lot of people would expect the copper would be look like that, like this resource I'm about to show you. I just need to climb this thing somehow. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit more difficult than I thought. Okay, I see some copper over there. Hold on, I just need to guide my way around. I think I have enough cables to actually do so. Okay, this thing isn't connected. Hold on a second. I just need to be sure that I will have enough oxygen, because suffocating is... I'm not a big fan of suffocating, you know, on an alien planet, just saying. Let me put this thing closer. Okay, there we go. Now, copper's over there. Alright, steady and slowly. I'm moving forward. Come on. Okay, almost there. Put this thing a little bit closer. And copper is now within my range. I just have to jump my way to victory. And copper is right over here. This is copper. Yeah, the green crystals that you're gonna find on the mountains are actually copper. So I'm not exactly sure how much copper can spawn, but I only found small chunks of that resource. So if you're searching for the specific one, keep in mind that you have to actually walk around quite a lot. So try not to waste the copper on something completely useless. Try to actually use the copper for something you're gonna actually use. Okay, I have to apparently mine my way through this thing. And apparently I have found more copper underneath this mountain. Beautiful. Yeah, so it looks weird, but this is copper. It's actually called malachite, but if you're gonna smelt it, you're gonna receive copper. Relax. I don't think there's... Okay, there's some more copper over here. If you don't know, this is the mechanic. If you see this little icon when you try to dig out resources on ground, and that means there's some type of resource over there. Each resource has its own specific icon thingy. So once you learn what resources have for the icon, you should be able to easily find exactly the resources that you need. Okay, there's some more copper over here apparently. Come on. And yeah, also keep in mind that digging with your default tool through the stone rock mountain is gonna actually take some time. So that's why you kind of need to have oxygen with you. Just saying. Okay, there should be more copper over there. Come on. Come on, just a little bit more. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful copper. Hell yeah, baby. Okay, now time for make a trip back to the base. So once you have like enough malachite with you, you also need to build yourself like a smelter thingy. Now, if I remember correctly, the smelter can be built. Hold on a second. The smelter should be able to get built from the printer that you're gonna start the game with. You get it from the launching pad over there, like you see this thing over there has landing pad, and you can order like a bunch of resources from that thing, the starting equipment, and basically one of those equipment is the starting medium printer. And if I remember correctly, there's this smelting furnace. So you build this thing using two resin and two components, and more or less it looks like this over here, right? So you have to power this thing to the rest of your base, and now this is the thing that you have to grab the resources that you have just mined out and put it richly on those little things over there. If this thing is, of course, turn it on. So after a while, this thing is actually gonna produce you copper. The copper is basically used for like a bunch of stuff. For example, the solar panel, which is very good, I think, most of the cases, simply because it provides you with energy during daytime. Of course, it provides you with nothing during nighttime. But in my own personal opinion, I think that the solar panels are like a just better way to gain energy than the wind turbines. This is of course my own personal preference, but if you're like looking for solar panels, you need to get yourself some copper, and this is how you richly get copper from the mountains over there. Like I think this is one of the only mountains I have currently in my vicinity, so probably to find another one I'll have to make like a rover and probably like venture around and try to find myself like another mountain. But hey, after some while you get yourself a nice little brick of copper that you can use for some other constructions around your base. So yeah, okay, basically keep in mind that one stack of malachite is one brick of copper for future constructions. So that's like basically the ratio 1-to-1. Anyway, I think this is all the stuff I have for today. I hope you guys have found this little guide useful, and from it you'll be able to find yourself copper and explore, of course, this beautiful little game. If you guys have any other requests, or maybe you have an idea what else I could try to make as a guide of, let me know in the comment section below, because for now I'm just gonna leave it as over here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the episode, please subscribe a lot. I'll see you all in the next video.